Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with our sign-specific monthly astrological reading. This is for September 2023, and this is for Gemini. Okay, so I'm going to give us a quick rundown of the astrology for the month. We have Venus and Mercury's retrogrades finishing this month. Venus at the beginning of the month, Mercury in the middle of the month. Both of those retrogrades both of those planets will be going direct this month. They'll still be in their post-retrograde shadow, but they will be direct, so that's great. We've been in a process of intense review with both of those planets being in retrograde, and this month we definitely move forward in that journey, which is exciting. I also think it's a good time, and it's going to be a moment for us to start communicating what we've been learning, so I'm sure we're excited about that. Also, the Sun moves from Virgo, where it spends most of the month, obviously, into Libra, where we get the fall equinox. And then we have a new moon in Virgo as well, Virgo, and a full moon in Aries towards the end of the month. So, a lot happening in Virgo specifically. So, I'm kind of focusing on Virgo and where that is for you. And the way I'm seeing that, and I'm going to apply that to the tarot spread that we do. And the way that I'm seeing that is that we've probably been dealing with stuff in our roots, our foundations, our home systems. I bet we've been dealing with things like that. I'm sure you've been able to handle it. I'm sure you've been diving in. If you kind of haven't been diving into the foundational parts of your life, the things closest to home, I think it's probably a great time to start at the beginning of the month. But I'm sure you've been doing it and you've been handling it with aplomb, and I'm sure you're doing great. So no one's worried. But for the spread, what I want to do is I want to give us a perspective. I want us to see the past, present, and future. So that's the spread I'll be doing. The retrogrades started in the past. In our present, they will start moving forward towards the future. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. And as I shuffle, I want us to think about our intention. My intention for you today is examining foundations. So like I've just said, we are going to be examining our root systems, and I'm sure you've been doing it. That review takes a different turn today. It heads for the future, and that is what I'm most excited about. So let's talk about it and get all into it. As soon as I shuffle, the deck comes from chaos into unity, and then we go from there. So as I am finishing this, let's close our eyes, take some deep breaths, think about our intention of examining foundations. I'm sure it hasn't been the most fun thing on earth for anyone, but we're getting through it together. Okay, let's do this, Gemini. First card that I draw is in the past position, and that card is 5 of Wands. Past. Okay, let's do it all, then we'll go over them. 5 of Pentacles reversed. In future, 7 of Pentacles, also reversed. Okay, some stuff we definitely can work on, I'm seeing. But let's go in order, because that's how time works. Okay, it's showing me that in the past, 5 of Wands, you've been maybe in conflict. Maybe you're in conflict. Maybe at the beginning of this journey, at the beginning of these retrogrades, there was conflict in groups, conflict at work, conflict in the family, some kind of conflict. It's upright though, so it's showing that maybe you're enjoying it. Maybe that's the element of your social life that is activated right now, or was activated, and you're kind of balancing all of that. That's great. If that's how it is, competition can be super, super effective. So if that has helped you kind of understand who's closest to you, understand your core foundations, your roots, your home, then that's important. It could be, though, that this is a conflict in the home that definitely will need to be resolved. But right now, it's upright. You're keeping that conflict in balance. At least you have been. Because in present, we have Five of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Pentacles reversed in the present shows me that maybe that conflict is not going to be able to be super balanced right now. That it could potentially be causing you some isolation, where we're all going through this journey. All of us experience Mercury retrograde. We're all going through it. You may be feeling like your groups, your people, all those connections, you might be feeling a little isolated. And maybe that should be just because of that conflict. And you need to break out of that by reviewing this stuff. And that's maybe the work that you're doing. The review, journeys of self-discovery are often isolating. Certainly they have to happen alone. And that's fine. That's what we're doing. Because when we do that, we get through that. Then we're with our people. Then we're in our groups. Then we're talking, going, social. The future, the card in the future position, the Seven of Pentacles reversed, I think shows me the answer to why maybe you're feeling isolated and how to resolve that. You probably, if you don't resolve that, if you just kind of stay alone on this journey, if you kind of stay alone, especially once the planets move direct, especially once Mercury is direct, if you stay isolated throughout the whole journey, especially once they move direct, you are going to be missing the chance you have to value, honor, and celebrate your achievements that you've already accomplished, or that you will accomplish once September runs. Once we get that full moon in Aries, which should be a celebration of with groups. By the full moon, you should really be ready to celebrate with your people, and that should be really crucial. And what I'm seeing here is, if you stay alone, if you stay inside yourself throughout the rest of this month, throughout the rest of this journey, you won't be able to celebrate those achievements. You'll still probably have them. You just won't be able to be in that place I want you to be able to be in by the full moon in Aries. However, if we get this upright, and the best way I think to do that is to start communicating with your groups, especially once the planets are direct. The best way for you to upright the Seven by the end of the month and really celebrate with your people is to start branching out into those groups again. Start talking to your closest people. You're probably going to learn who is your closest people, who they are, who is there after all of this. Celebrate your wins. You'll be able to celebrate your wins as long as you start branching out. You don't have to do it while they're retrograde, but as soon as the planets turn direct, Gemini, start talking. Then you'll be able to celebrate all that you achieved. Regardless, you will achieve. But I want you to be able to celebrate it with the people you love, with the people who you're closest with. Not right now. So as soon as Mercury turns direct, find those people. I know you will. See you next time.